Hey everyone, it's Young Skeleton over here, and I've been gone for a minute, haven't I? Uh, Recently, I didn't have anything to say about the game, so I didn't really wanted to make any video. That I didn't have any useful information like to give you guys, or anything different from what everyone else was saying. It's not that I haven't been enjoying the game. I've definitely been playing a lot. Uh, Final Fantasy X and and Nier were two events that I really enjoyed. In Final Fantasy X, I maxed Tidus and Auron, and in Nier I've maxed both 9S and what's her name? QB. Um, but yeah, I didn't really have anything like any take that was different from what everyone else was saying, so I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to make a video. Apologies if you like my content or like my voice or whatever, like my opinions. But I'm just like that. Like I don't feel motivated to make videos if I don't have anything unique to say or like to show or whatever. So yeah, that kind of changed now because with Louelle, I feel like people in JP they hyped her when she came out, but they dropped her quite kind of quickly. And I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I didn't really watch other videos talking about Louelle and Global, so I don't know if other like big creators like Diggs, Mysidia, if they hyped her or not. But I think she's really strong, and she has definitely some things that are unique about her that make her worth it if you like this type of character. So the type of character that I like is characters that can do a lot of things. For instance, I don't really like Super Stern because he is for sure the best Dark Slasher in the game. I think that even Dwayne isn't as good as Super Stern as a damage dealer. Although it's kind of close, but yeah. And he's even arguably the best slasher in the game. Uh, Maybe units with EX jobs beat him now, but even then, like he is that strong. Like even as a level 99 character, he is still strong as hell. Like he competes against level 120 units. It's kind of insane. But yeah, I don't like that type of specialist unit. I prefer units that can do a lot of things. Um, so that's why I like Louelle. You see, she's a scholar. She has Rune Knight and Black Mage as subjobs. And let's take a look at her skills because this is why I really like her. Um, she's primarily a mage. She deals magic damage, but she has access to this one skill that gives her some sustain, and it's actually a strike damage attack and has a pretty big area of effect. So I like that already. She has this one skill that decreases healing power that is really good versus Yuna. She raises agility and restores AP, which is insane in my opinion. And she has access to slash attacks, which I think it's kind of cool, even though she doesn't have access to what's the name of the skill? Hazard Slash or whatever. I think it's called Hazard Slash, but but still she has access to a slash attack that's magic scaled, which is pretty fucking strong. And she has access to Flare, which is a magic attack that's not earth based, so she can catch like people by surprise. Drain and Bio are also, but I don't really think they're really powerful. But in any case, she has access to a lot of different types of spells. So I really like that about her. And oh yeah, she also has access to this, which is pretty strong. Although I don't really know like how often she uses that in PvP, but like in PvE, like brutal quests, bosses, this is really strong. So I really like her because of that. And I think that units that can do a lot of things uh, are not to be underestimated. She has access to magic commutation. She's pretty tanky, so this is pretty useful for her. And like even uh, this type of attack, like counter that just deals damage, I think it's pretty useful. Another good thing about her is that she has a lot of types, like different passives. I think Earth Enhancing Hit Rune is useful if you're not facing like wind units. So for arena, it's pretty strong. This is really good for guild battle and like battles where you'll be facing lots of different types of enemies. So like you don't really have any negative sides, and the positive is pretty good. Uh, this one I don't really like a lot. It makes the skill not have any casting time. Uh, but I mean, I don't really think it's that useful. Magic Cup, always good. Sharp Mind, mm, maybe not as good as Magic Cup in some matchups, but in the matchups where it's good, it's amazing. She's a mage that counters rain, in my opinion, just because she has access to the strike attack, which rain is super weak against, and she has like spirit penetration. And although rain builds magic resistance, I think spirit is what he builds like more easily and the most. So I think this is really useful. So yeah, if you have like if you like characters that do a lot of different things, like she can be like just a regular old magic attacker, but she can also like catch people by surprise with slash attacks and flare and strike attacks, which are pretty cool. She's pretty tanky. Like honestly, she is skill fey like all over again. She doesn't have access to holy, like any 100% hit attacks. Oh my god. Let's double check that because I'm not really sure, but yeah, nothing here is 100% accuracy, right? That's accuracy. Yep. Well, she gets extra accuracy from few passives, but she doesn't necessarily have anything that's 100% hit rate. But still. Oh yeah, and her limit burst grants us spirit penetration. So, and it's AoE. So I mean, she's pretty flexible for a mage. I can't think of the last mage that was this flexible. The only thing she really lacks is healing, like for other characters. But still, oh yeah, she also has like this insane buff. Increases her stack and single target resistance, which is pretty good. I mean, this is okay. I don't know how useful that is really. Maybe if you have like some type of build that takes that takes advantage of this really well, you can use it. But still, I think that like just for the earth attack and the single target resistance, this is pretty good. And she's pretty good against Frederica, which is gonna get her EX next week, I'm pretty sure. So I mean, if you like characters that can do a lot, go for her. If you need a mage and you're starting out like and you like if you don't have a mage yet, that's really strong. I think she's a really good mage because she can do a lot of things. And yeah, that's my advice. Like go for her if you either don't have a mage or if you want like a really flexible unit. Okay, I also want to talk about Sylma because like other people have probably said this already, but do not skip her. You can get her like super easily, and you can even get her to level 120 super easily. And even if you like, I can't do like the brutal quest. I mean, I think you can because, and especially because you can use skip tickets on the brutal quest, and you can get carried by other people in brutal quest on multiplayer. So like, do yourself a favor and get her to 120. She's so strong. And if you insist on not getting her to 120, get her to 99 because her TMR is really, really good on tanks. Like it's a sword, so a lot of characters can use it, and it gives slash resistance 8%, which is the same thing as a +5 golden armor. You can get defense from other like pieces of gear, but if you can like give this to a tank, this is a pretty good weapon. This might be really good for Ramza actually, and you can give him like some other type of armor like the Brigandine. But yeah, and even if like this doesn't appeal to you, she was pretty strong. I suggest you look up like videos of people using her in PvP, like JP users. Like she was pretty common for a long time. Just because she has access to jamming thrust, she's actually insane. Uh, like she gets like a mage protection enhancement. Fast get like this is okay, but crimson resistance is pretty good. Let's take a look here. Like increased agility for like mage's protection. This is so fucking good. What else? She can also get like fast cast enhancement, which is let's take a look. Like increases defense, but I mean it's a buff that you would rather cast something else, I think. Like you would rather cast like one of these buffs. Where yeah, I think this is a much better buff to be casting. But I mean, if you're not fighting mages, I guess this is better. But yeah, like this is pretty good. A very good buff. Especially like slash attack is so like common, and missile resist is gonna be really good soon because Frederica's gonna get her EX job. I think it's gonna be next week. In JP it was the following week after Louelle. But yeah. And again, jamming thrust is so good. Like this skill is like never ceases to amaze me. Like how strong this shit is. But yeah. Now the other thing I wanted to show is like my idea for a Louelle team. So this is what I've been cooking. So the idea of this team is like well there's another variant, but let me go over this one first. Tiras is such a strong unit, and like the fact that he has haste gun, I think is insane. So I'm putting him in here, and I'm using Rario and Louelle as kind of bodyguards for him. Rario, I think he's still very useful, and he's a mage with slash attacks. So my idea is I give Echoing Screams to Tiras because he's a physical unit, so he gets like a good use out of this, like out of this 170 attack. This is not very useful, but whatever. Like this is good enough. Like these stats are good enough. Like the extra slash attack is good for everyone. Like Tiras, Rario, and Louelle. Like they can benefit from slash attack. And like extra critical rate, I think is pretty good. Like it's not anything like meta defining, but it's pretty good. Greetings from afar, like, gives good magic, good HP, a good like 20% extra magic for Rario, which is like very respectable. Aquatic Killer is useless, but it used Earth Attack, so like Rario and Louelle get a lot of Earth Attack. I'm giving like magic resist aspers for everyone, but I'm giving like slash resist gear for Rario and a defense equipment for Louelle, just so they can be like kind of tanky, like decently tanky. I'm giving the apron to Tiras because I want him to pierce defense, and he doesn't really need the bells. Like he's one of the I think he's so good because of that. Like, he's one of the few units that doesn't need the bells because his skills are so cheap already. Uh, oh yeah, this is also for the agility, good accuracy, defense. Like, this is such a good accessory, one of the best ones in the game. Solier's TMR, I think it's still like very useful. This is not good versus 9S and 2B, but I mean, it gives spirit already, so it's pretty okay. Magic Book, nothing new there. And Bahamut for her, magic resistance. Again, human killer, not very good against 9S and 2B, but whatever. Uh, Extra crit rate, good accuracy. The evasion here is just to get like extra magic attack. These passives like for most general use possible. Sub Rune Knight for the Stonega and Stone Blades. Here Paladin and his TMR for survivability. The swords I think are pretty self-explanatory. The other option would be running Auron here because he's a bit more tanky than Titus is. And yeah, let's check it out. Like extra 54 earth attack. I think that's kind of insane. Like pretty good HP for both of them also. A lot of like really high magic. Uh, like this agility is not the best for anyone. But with Hastega, I don't know like if Hastega is a main job skill. If it's not, just use Abe's Star Shooter as a sub job. But if it's not, like I think Samurai is a good one just for like attacks like Oborozuki. And I think Night Veil is the one that deals AoE damage around the caster. But yeah. Oh yeah, the damage till later, but we don't need that. So yeah, I think this is what I wanted to show. Like just an idea. When Christmas Venera shows up, I think she might be a good one to use instead of Raryu. And you can even run Marlboro Vision card on Louelle just because it gives like an okay amount of magic. Confusion resistance if you want to avoid getting confused by characters like Agrias and 2B. And strike attack it's good for her and for Vienna. And then like you can even like run 2B here instead of Titus just so she can like make use of that uh, magic resist buff that Marlboro gets. There are a lot of possibilities. Like you can honestly run regular Mont here. Oops. Oops. Like regular Mont at 120 here and like another mage here. Like just so like this just so you can run like a lot of magic cards. Like and like maybe you run greens from afar here, or whatever. I'm just like trying to show you how much Louelle can do with like a lot of different units. But yeah, I think this is gonna be it for the video. Thank you guys a lot for watching. And I don't know, like in the comments, let me know if there's any unit that you guys think are underrated and that you guys would like me to take a look because I really like that. I really like trying to find uh, uses for units that maybe aren't perceived as strongly for like by other players. So okay. Oh yeah, one last thing. This is the music that's playing in the background is Valhalla's soundtrack. I'll link it in the description. So yeah, see you guys soon. Bye bye.